This month on Roanoke County Today, we'll talk with Police Chief on how they have a new partner to help fight crime in our area, plus get the info on an upcoming drug take-back event. This and more coming up in April on RCT.
Have you ever wanted to make a difference in the life of an animal but didn't know how? The Regional Center for Animal Care and Protection is looking for volunteers to assist with the daily care of their animals. Volunteer opportunities include cat socialization, dog walking, front desk or kennel assistant, off-site adoption events, rescue networking, or shelter photography. As a volunteer, your time and talents will make a difference in the life of an animal. For more information on how to become a volunteer, call or email the Regional Center for Animal Care and Protection.
Welcome back. I'm here at beautiful Explorer Park off the Blue Ridge Parkway, and joining me today is Doug Blunt, who's the Director of Parks, Recreation, and Tourism. Welcome to the show, Doug.
Thank you, Amy.
It's beautiful out here at Explorer Park, as I said, and there's been a lot going on. Renovations, an open house coming up. Tell me first about the renovations.
We've been working on renovating the Mountain Union Church. We're replacing the porch, doing some interior and exterior painting, doing some repairs to the columns so that we can open the church up for our community use starting in June. We've also been doing renovations to the Arthur Taubman Welcome Center, a lot of the similar type activities, doing interior painting, cleaning. We're also repairing the deck and replacing it on the back of the building. And what our goal is we want to be able to have meeting space out here for small business meetings, for parties, but also being able to host weddings out here at Explorer Park as they used to do back when the park was open to the public.
Sure, that's great. And there are a lot of trails out here too, but they needed some repair work, right?
They do.
Tell us about those.
We have over 9 miles of mountain bike trails that have been used for both biking but also for hiking. We have been engaging many of our local volunteer groups to help us with doing repairs to the trails. We've also been in some of the other areas, the historic areas of the park that have been closed. We've been out blazing and mapping new trails through the park, and we're proud to say that we're going to have an additional 5 miles of trail that we're going to be able to open up to the public later this spring.
That's great. So people will love being out here on a Saturday afternoon going through those trails.
Absolutely. And what we're doing is not only providing hiking and biking, but also picnicking opportunities. We've got picnic tables throughout the park that folks will be able to come, take a short walk, but also be able to have a family picnic at the same time.
Good family afternoon.
That's right.
Great. And there are some parts of the park that have been closed for a while. So what's been going on in these areas?
What we've been doing is we've been working on our landscaping, been working on cleaning up some of the areas, mowing around many of the historic structures to where we're going to be able to open the park up for that passive use, but be able to have the grounds presentable to where folks can get out and enjoy the area, be able to get out and play, hike, like I said, have picnics, and be able to use the areas in an acceptable manner.
Great. It's going to be a fun place. Now, there's an open house coming up May 10th, I believe. What can people expect when they come out to Explorer Park?
Well, for the open house, it's going to be from 10 until 5 o'clock. It is a free event to the community. We're also going to be having a wide variety of family activities. We're going to have geocaching that day. We're going to have live music, food. We're going to be doing interpretive walks. We're going to have different type of demonstrations that day for folks that are interested in the outdoors. We're also going to be having live sand sculptures. So all sorts of different things, of examples of things that people will be able to do out here at the park in the coming years.
There are also some summer camps available at Explorer Park, right? Tell
That
me
is
about
correct.
those.
We, for the first time in many years, will be offering summer day camps for children ages 7 to 14. We're going to be offering 5 weeks of camp out here at the park with a wide variety of outdoor-oriented type camps. Parents will be able to drop the children off here at Explorer Park, or for some of our camps, we're going to have a convenient pickup at Tanglewood Mall to where parents can drop their kids off there. Our staff will transport them out here to the park and then return them at the end of the day to Tanglewood Mall.
Oh, great. Is there any age group, age limit on those camps?
The different camps have different age groups. Most of our camps are either from 7 to 10 years old, or they go from 11 up to age 14. And we do group the kids by their age just because of the different type of outdoor activities that they will be doing. All of our staff that will be working these camps are hired through Camp Roanoke. They have experience working in outdoor recreation, working in a residential camp setting. So we're real excited that we're being able to create some synergies with already a very traditional and well-known, reputable outdoor adventure program that we're being able to replicate here at Explore Park.
This would be a great place for kids to spend the day, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely. With 400 acres of property to do different activities on, having modern buildings such as the Arthur Taubman Welcome Center, our Blue Ridge Parkway Visitor Center. We've got lots of new amenities as well as your traditional outdoor rustic amenities to where you can have a really neat experience as a child out here.
And where can people go for more information? Is there a website?
They can go to RoanokeCountyParks.com, or they can call us at 387-6078.
Great. Well, thanks so much for joining us today. I know a lot of people are looking forward to Explore Park opening up, and I'm sure many of our viewers will be at the open house as well. We'll be right back.
Roanoke Valley Television is available on the web. Just log on to rvtv.org to find your favorite RVTV show, video, or PSA. Watch Inside Roanoke, Roanoke County Today, Spotlight on City Schools, Accent Excellence, and more. Check out the informative and fun videos like Lead Safety, Choose Right, The Dangers of Synthetic Drugs, and the Zombie Run video. Find out about special events and programs by watching the RVTV public service announcements. Go to rvtv.org and click on the Media Center icon to start viewing right away.
Welcome back. The Roanoke County Police Department has recently joined into a new program called the High Intensity Drug Trafficking Areas Program, or for short we call it the HIDA program. And here today with me is Chief Howard Hall, Chief of Police, and he's going to tell us more about this program. What's the purpose of it, and how's the county working with this program?
HIDA is a federal program. It's comes out of the Office of National Drug Control Policy. The purpose of HIDA is to intercept and dismantle drug trafficking organizations and money laundering organizations. And actually the designation from HIDA is for everything within the territorial boundaries of Roanoke County. So this is an initiative that involves us, Roanoke City, Salem, the town of Vinton, Virginia State Police, as well as all of our federal partners, DEA, FBI, ATF, U.S. Marshals, etc., working together.
So it's really a regional effort, a cooperative effort among all these agencies.
And I think is probably the biggest benefit of it. The fact that it's a regional group effort involving all the partners that have a role in drug enforcement.
Sure. And would you say there is a drug trafficking problem in our area?
Well, there are drugs in every community. We don't see the level of violence here that you see in a big city, but there are certainly people selling and buying drugs and transporting drugs through our area.
Okay. Have we ever had any problems with it before in recent history that you're aware of, the drug trafficking?
Well, all of the jurisdictions that I mentioned are actively working drug investigations every day. What HIDA is going to give us the ability to do is work on those together. And we have actually decided to move all of the local resources around drug investigations under one roof, under one set of leadership, so that they will be tackling these investigations together across the valley as opposed to jurisdiction to jurisdiction.
Sure. Are there any other benefits for our community? I think it should make people feel safer knowing that our police department's working on these types of programs.
Well, HIDA brings a few specific things to the table. One is a little bit of grant funds, which have already been approved by the board to help us bring everybody together. They also have computer software and analytical capability that will help us coordinate better and help what we do here in the Roanoke Valley, play a little bit better into the bigger picture in the region or across, multi-states. A lot of this is about communicating and making sure that our investigative resources are being targeted properly, and their assistance in those areas we expect to be very helpful.
Okay, great. Well, it certainly sounds like a great initiative. I know the police department's always on the lookout for new initiatives like this one to help the community feel safer. So Thank you for joining us today, and we hope to talk to you in the near future about more programs.
My pleasure. Thanks, Amy.
Okay, thank you. We'll be back.
Now there's another way to stay informed about Roanoke Valley Television. Check out all the latest video productions from RVTV on YouTube. Subscribe to the Roanoke Valley Television channel to see our current videos or to see one of your favorites. Anything from Choose Right, The Dangers of Synthetic Drugs, to Mallory Lewis and Lamb Chop for Star City Reads. Stay up to date with Roanoke Valley Television on YouTube, RVTV3.
Higher electric bills, sticker shock at the gas pump, energy can cost a ton, but it's easy to save money and give your budget a boost. Save hundreds of dollars in energy costs by doing just a little. As much as half of the energy used in your home goes to heating and cooling. You can save a ton by making sure your home is properly sealed and insulated against the elements. Caulk window and door frames, wiring and pipe penetrations, and anywhere air leaks. Weather strip around loose window sashes and doors. Remember, do a little, save a ton.
We're here at Tanglewood Mall, and I'm here with Wendy Schultz from Roanoke County Parks, Recreation, and Tourism, and to talk about the second annual Rally for Road Safety coming up soon. Wendy, tell us about when the event is and the goal of the event.
Certainly. The event is going to take place on Saturday, May 17th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. right here in the parking lot beside Firestone at Tanglewood Mall. And the intent of the program, we did one similar last year, but on a smaller scale, just dealing with bicycles and road safety. This year we wanted to expand it to all vehicles, even to pedestrians, anything that has to do with road safety. And we really want to educate the public on the safety laws, dealing with the road, as well as just to protect citizens and protect folks so they know exactly what to expect when they're out and about in the spring, any time of year, because there's always traffic.
Right. Now, I understand that Ride Solutions is one of your larger partners with this, and I understand that they'll be having their bicycle rodeo again?
Absolutely. That was such a success last year. And we've got many, many partners this year, but the bike rodeo is just a fun way for kids to come out. They can bring their own bicycles, and it's actually a obstacle course, I guess is the best way to describe it. But while you're having a fun time, you're also learning about safety issues and what to do, what not to do, how to handle yourself on a bicycle. So you really get acquainted with those kinds of things.
Well, tell our viewers about some of the many new things you've got going on this year.
Oh yeah, as I said, we have expanded and it's just wonderful. We're going to have Star City Power Sports out there. They're going to bring motorcycles out and show off all the new safety features. First Team Automall will be here with some of the newest cars on the road and all of the heightened security and safety features of those as well. We'll have various law enforcement departments out here dealing with all kinds of road safety. We've got child safety seat checks going on. Virginia Tech is coming down this year with some of their really new kind of sci-fi technology, which is, vehicle connectivity, where vehicles can actually on the road talk to each other. I mean, just amazing things that you don't even think about. You go, oh, that can't be possible. Well, it is, And in addition to those things and educating the public, of course, we're going to have a lot of kid-friendly activities. We're going to have prizes. We're going to have giveaways. It's just going to be a great day outside where folks can learn in a fun environment.
Now, I understand that all the event will be here in the parking lot near Firestone.
That is correct.
And it's free?
Everything is free. Yeah, you can come out, enjoy. You can have your seats checked for safety. We're going to have impaired driving simulators out here, so you can kind of pretend, that you're not really where you should be. Just all kinds of things. The K-9 unit will be out here. We'll do some demonstrations of that nature as well. So we'll also have some costume characters and some, balloon sculpting clowns, that sort of thing. So folks can also be out here and enjoy themselves while they're learning some important facts.
Now, you mentioned a few of your sponsors. Are there any other sponsors you'd like to mention for the event?
We've got a lot of sponsors this year. I'd particularly like to thank, First Team Auto Mall for their tremendous support of the event. You know, they're even sponsoring the giveaways, and we're doing a special passport where if you go to a certain number of the areas and learn certain things, your name will go in the hat and you could win a great prize. You know, and again, all of the agencies that have come together and the professionals that have come together. Star City Motorsports, as I mentioned, law enforcement, local law enforcement, you mentioned Ride Solutions, you know, the Prevention Council, of course, Roanoke County Parks, Rec, and Tourism. You know, just lots of community partners this year, and it's just so wonderful to see them all.
Sure. Well, where can people go to find out more information about the event between now and May 17th, I believe you said?
Yep, May 17th, Saturday it is. They can go to our website, www.roanokecountyparks.com.
Great, good deal. Well, thanks for watching Roanoke County Today. I'm here with Wendy Schultz on the scene of our upcoming second annual Rally for Road Safety here at Tanglewood Mall. Thanks for watching.
Roanoke Valley Television is available on the web. Just log on to rvtv.org to find your favorite RVTV show, video, or PSA. Watch Inside Roanoke, Roanoke County Today, Spotlight on City Schools, Accent Excellence, and more. Check out the informative and fun videos like Lead Safety, Choose Right, The Dangers of Synthetic Drugs, and the Zombie Run video. Find out about special events and programs by watching the RVTV public service announcements. Go to rvtv.org and click on the Media Center icon to start viewing right away.
Volunteer firefighters respond to all types of emergencies. Volunteer firefighters fight fires. Volunteer firefighters save lives. Do you have what it takes? Visit RoanokeCountyVA.gov/FRVolunteer or call 540-777-8706 to become a Roanoke County Fire and Rescue volunteer firefighter.
Welcome back to the show. Do you know what to do with those unwanted medications you have that need to be thrown away but not sure what to do with them? Well, there's an important event coming up soon, and it's a prescription drug take-back day. And here to tell us more about it is Sarah Baumgardner. She's the Public Relations Manager for the Western Virginia Water Authority. Thanks for joining us, Sarah.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
Great. Tell us about the event. Where did the idea come from?
Back in 2010, we started to advance to the point where scientific research and testing could detect trace amounts of chemical compounds that we may not have been able to see before. And test results showed that there were some chemicals coming from prescription medications showing up in our nation's waterway. And what we knew is that up to that point, people had just assumed the best way to get rid of their medicine, if it was expired or they didn't want it anymore, is they simply flushed it down the toilet or poured it down a drain. When we saw these test results, we realized that a problem was starting. And the Western Virginia Water Authority tested the treated, cleaned water that we just put back into the Roanoke River and found that we really didn't have that much of a problem here. There were fractions of part per millimeter of a few compounds like caffeine or a few antibiotics that were starting to show up. We decided, let's get ahead of this, let's educate people about the best way to get rid of their medicine, and the best way is not flushing.
Right, and so what's the best way to do it? We have this event coming up.
Right.
What can people do?
We partnered with RASAC starting in 2010, and they're the Roanoke Area Youth Substance Abuse Coalition, to get the message out about not flushing and not having your medicines where somebody could abuse it. Where somebody could take your medicines and take it for an unintended purpose. So we had our first drug take-back day in September of 2010, where people could bring their medicine for safe disposal. We're hosting another one of those events. We've been doing them twice a year since 2010, and our next event will be on April 26th.
Okay, great. So tell me about some of the success stories from these events you've been having.
This has been a hugely successful event from an environmental standpoint, but also from preventing prescription drug abuse standpoint. Since 2010, we have collected over 5 tons of prescription medicines, over-the-counter over-the-counter medicines, medicines that people did not want or did not need anymore. So it kept them out of our nation's waterways. They're not going down the drain and through the wastewater treatment plant anymore, and they're not sitting around where people could get them. So it's made a big difference in our environment.
Sure, that's a lot of,
It is a
of
lot of medicine,
medications
right.
to get rid
Yes.
of. Great. Now for this event, where can people go? I know there are different locations around the community.
Right.
You know some of them?
We try to make it really convenient for people. And on Saturday, April 26th, from 10 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon, you can drive up to parking lot locations like this one here at the Tanglewood Kroger, as well as the Roanoke Civic Center, the Krogers in Vinton, the Kroger in Bonsack, down at Westlake, on Bramilton at Colonial, out in Daleville, as well as in Salem, at Super Shoes, Craig County Sheriff's Office, and even the Fire and Rescue Station #1 over on Hirschberger for Roanoke County. You just drive up. There will be volunteers there in the parking lot and DEA agents who will take your medicine from you, and you go off and they will collect those for safe disposal.
Wow, that's great. So you're going to be all over much of our community on that day.
Right.
So, and what do you do with those medications once they're collected?
Once they are collected, the DEA agents will weigh the medicine to see how much was collected, and then they will take it to Richmond where it's burned in the state incinerator, which is a very environmentally friendly way of disposing of this medicine.
Sure, great. Is there a website that people can go to if they need more information?
We have the flyer posted on the RASAC website, on the Western Virginia Water Authority website under our public documents, and it's also on the DEA website where you can type in your zip code and it'll tell you the locations closest to your home.
Okay, great. And one more question, Sarah. If people can't get out to this event on the 26th, what can people do to properly dispose of those medications they may still have at home?
Right.
What's the best way to do it?
We don't want people flushing them. We don't want people pouring them down the drain. The best thing to do is if you keep the medicine in your home, lock it up so that somebody can't take it, somebody can't get it. Most medicines that are abused are actually taken from homes of friends and family members. But if you have the medicine and you're not going to be taking it anymore and you want to get rid of it, you can crush the pills and mix them in something such as cat litter, dry cat litter, or coffee grounds, something that makes it unappealing. And then put those in a Ziploc bag or a plastic container and put it out in the trash. People have been known to go through trash looking for medicine. So by crushing it, you take away that opportunity for them to take the pill, and if you separate it from the container, it's harder to identify what it might have been, and so people won't be taking it.
Great. Good information for us. Thank you so much for being here today, and I hope it's a successful event.
We look forward to it again.
Great.
Roco Alert is Roanoke County's new citizen alert and warning system. In the event of a local emergency or disaster, Roanoke County will contact all landline telephones in the county's 911 database with any important information and instructions you need to know. To receive notifications from Roco Alert via email, on your cell phone or VoIP phone, you'll need to set up an online account. There's no cost for citizens to sign up, but phone usage or text charges may apply. Go to RoanokeCountyVA.gov/Roco Alert and sign up today.
What's the buzz about Green Ridge Recreation Center?
The staff here is wonderful. They are very hands-on. They love to help people.
The whole family can come and we can work out as a family here.
Join the fun through daily admission or membership. Green Ridge, healthy fun for everyone.
Welcome back. Well, I'm here today with Chief Richard Birch, and he recently received a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Virginia Fire Services. So we're here today with him in his office. Welcome to the show.
Welcome, Amy. Thank you for coming over.
Sure. So you've really done a lot. You've seen a lot in your career. Tell us a little bit about it. How did you get started? What inspired you to enter the field of public safety?
Well, I'll go back to really my childhood. My father, of course, my grandfather was in Richmond Fire Department, Richmond Fire Bureau, they called it then. And, of course, my father was a captain in Richmond Fire Bureau, and my uncle. But at a very early age, back in those days, way back when, they had to work every other day. So every other Saturday, my father would be working. And on those Saturdays he was working, that's the day that my mother would take care of her errands, get her hair fixed, and do her shopping and stuff, and let me go to the station and stay for the day. And I just loved it. I was fascinated from that time on. I remember I couldn't do anything, but if they go on a call, I just closed the door, and that was, I was hooked. I was hooked then, and actually when she would come back in the afternoon, 4 or 5 o'clock to pick me up, I'd cry. I didn't want to leave. I just wanted to stay. And it never went away.
Right. And it's truly a family affair because you have such your father, your grandfather,
And my uncle.
and your uncle. So tell me about them. What did they do in their career? I'm sure what your grandfather did, your uncle did, inspired you as well.
Yes, unfortunately, I didn't get to know my grandfather. He had passed away before I had a chance to meet him. But just being around them and being around the fire service, that instilled me at age 14. I joined the volunteers. Where we lived was in Roanoke County, just outside of Richmond. And I joined the volunteers. And back in those days, at 14, you could do anything that a senior firefighter could do, but drive, couldn't drive. So I just got involved in the training, and it just, of course, my father supported me and helped me with that. And I just never looked back. Never looked back.
It's truly a legacy that you have in your family, and I know you have a lot of things here in your office that represent you and your family and the history, and I know you have a scrapbook with some very old documents in there, some photos about what you've seen in your career, but then even back to your grandfather, right?
Yes, and the technology has changed so much. Back in those days, probably one of the biggest things is they didn't have the breathing apparatus and the type protective clothing we have now. The protective clothing was pretty rough, and back with my grandfather, there was no type of breathing apparatus. And that's why there's been so much cancer and lung diseases in the older fire service. Today we still have that, but it's not like it was because of the better equipment that we have and the safety regulations that we have now that were not in place back then.
Sure. Thinking back over all the years, I know you've been here at Roanoke County about 18 years?
Going on 18 this summer, yes.
Okay. Well, you've seen so much in just the 18 years, but back further than that, what would you say is your biggest accomplishment?
I would hope that it would be working with new and younger firefighters that have come along during that time, and hopefully the enthusiasm, because the fire services, you got to have passion and compassion for what you do. You've got to love it. And I hope that I have set that example for them of what it means, and the integrity and the character, what it means to be a firefighter. And I really hope that that's would be my greatest accomplishment, that I can see that in the folks that I've hired and that I've worked with.
I'm sure you've made a great impression upon those younger firefighters coming up, and I'm sure you've inspired them to become a fire chief one day too, and spend a lot of time in the fire service. So.
I hope so. I hope I've had a very blessed career. Been in 42 years. I'm 62 years old, and I can tell you right now, I'd do it again tomorrow. And I hope that they have that feeling, because if you only go through life once, and to say that you spend as much time of your life you do working, that you enjoyed it and you had fun.
I understand you've also been involved with many professional fire associations. Tell me about those.
Yes, it's part of my success, I think, has been the people I have been associated with. And very early on, I was fortunate to get involved with the Virginia Fire Chiefs Association, and later served as president of that group. That group is part of the Southeastern Division of Fire Chiefs that represents 10 states. And I was fortunate enough to move onto that board and represent Virginia, and then serve as president of the Southeastern Associations. And for the past 8 years, I've served on the Virginia Fire Services Board, which is appointed by the governor.
That's great. Well, congratulations again. I know this is a very big honor for you, but it's also a big honor for Roanoke County as well.
Absolutely.
The fire department is top-notch here in Roanoke County. I think everybody knows that.
Well, thank you.
We're safer. Our community is safer every day because of what you do and because of what the fire department does too.
I would put them up against anybody.
That's great. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Amy.
Okay. We'll be back.
Participation in the recycling drop-off program in Roanoke County has been steadily increasing. With the increase comes growing pains. The following etiquette tips will help citizens receive the most benefit from the recycling program. Break down any boxes before placing them in the containers. We currently accept plastics and all types of cans. Do not place items with food residue in trailers. Fill trailers to capacity. When the recycling trailer is full, do not place items on the ground outside of the trailer. Visit another recycling trailer location. Please use the trailers properly.